Hey everyone, and welcome back for another deep dive. This time we're exploring a topic that's really close to my heart. It's the Quran's perspective on knowledge.
Oh, it's fascinating, really. It's incredible how knowledge is woven into the very fabric of the Quran.
Right. It's not just presented as like a good thing to have.
It's way more than that.
It's like this divine imperative, a path towards understanding, the world and the creator.
Absolutely. And it's not just about, memorizing facts and figures either.
Yeah, you always hear people say knowledge is power, but it's so much more than that, right?
Exactly. It's about actively engaging with creation, pondering the wonders of the world around us and recognizing the signs of God's wisdom in everything.
I love that. And there are so many verses that actually encourage observation of the natural world as a way to gain knowledge.
Oh, tons. Like, for example, the Quran talks about the creation of the heavens and the earth in stages, a concept that, actually aligns with modern cosmological understandings.
It's incredible, right? It's not just a poetic description of creation.
No, it's not.
It's like it's a glimpse into these scientific principles that were only discovered centuries later.
He really is.
So it's like science and observation almost become acts of worship, a way to connect with the divine.
That's a beautiful way to put it.
And there are so many other examples like that in the Quran, too.
Oh, yeah, definitely. Like the Raj describes the development of a human embryo in the womb with stunning accuracy.
Oh, yeah.
It highlights the stages from a clinging clot to a fully formed human being.
It's amazing how detailed those verses are. It's like watching this biological timeline unfold right in front of you.
Yeah, it really makes you appreciate the depth of knowledge contained within the Quran.
And remember, all of this was revealed centuries before the advent of modern science.
Right.
I mean, for many people, this reinforces the belief that the Quran contains wisdom that just transcends human understanding at the time of its revelation.
Definitely.
This deep dive is really making me realize that learning isn't just about, books in classrooms. It's about opening your eyes to the world around you and seeing it through this lens of curiosity and exploration.
Exactly. The Quran emphasizes that knowledge can be gained from a multitude of sources: nature, history, personal experiences, the lives of prophets. Even from our mistakes, they all offer valuable lessons.
As long as we're open to learning from them.
Exactly.
And speaking of learning, the Quran has a very strong stance against illiteracy.
Oh, absolutely.
It stresses the importance of reading and writing as essential tools for acquiring knowledge.
For sure. The revelation of the Quran marked a significant turning point in Arab society. It transitioned from a predominantly oral culture to one that highly valued the written word. And the Quran itself became a powerful catalyst for literacy,
It makes sense people would want to be able to read it themselves.
inspiring people to learn to read and write so they could access its message directly.
Wow. It's amazing how the Quran itself became this instrument of change, promoting literacy and opening doors to knowledge for so many people.
Really is.
It's like it built the ladder to knowledge and simultaneously encouraged people to climb it.
And think about the impact of literacy in your own life.
Huge.
It's a gateway to education, communication, self-expression. It empowers individuals to engage with the world in profound ways.
It opens up so many possibilities. Truly a gift. But, the Quran doesn't just encourage us to absorb information passively. It actively promotes critical thinking and questioning.
Very important point. The Quran doesn't advocate for blind faith. It calls for understanding, for contemplating the signs and wisdom embedded in creation and revelation.
So it's about engaging with the text on a deeper level,
Yeah.
asking questions and seeking a more profound understanding.
Exactly. There are verses that explicitly encourage reflection and pondering. For instance, the Quran asks, do they not reflect upon the Quran? If it had been from any other than Allah, they would surely have found therein much discrepancy.
It almost sounds like an invitation to really scrutinize the text.
It is.
Look for inconsistencies to really test its validity. It shows a lot of confidence in the message itself.
Absolutely. The Quran invites us to engage with it intellectually, to use our reason and critical thinking skills to delve deeper into its meaning. And this applies not just to religious matters, but to all areas of knowledge.
I love that. That's so cool.
It's encouraging us to think for ourselves. It's like we're encouraged to use our intellect, to ponder and reflect upon the world around us. And this emphasis on critical thinking is especially powerful when you think about, the historical context in which it was revealed.
That's a great point. What was so different back then?
Well, back then, many societies were based on just blind acceptance of authority and tradition. you know.
Oh, yeah.
Questioning the norm was often discouraged, sometimes even dangerous.
Wow. So it was like a total game changer.
Yeah.
When the Quran came in and basically said, hey, don't just take my word for it. Use your God-given intellect. Observe the world around you, reason things out, and decide for yourself.
Exactly. It empowers individuals to think for themselves, to seek knowledge beyond just blind acceptance. And this spirit of inquiry extends beyond just the Quran itself.
Right.
It encourages us to question our own assumptions, our biases, and constantly strive for a better understanding of, everything.
So the Quran is promoting this really dynamic relationship with knowledge, where questioning and critical thinking aren't just allowed,
Right.
they're encouraged. Do you have any examples from the Quran that kind of illustrate this point?
Oh, yeah, definitely. Like the story of Abraham, for example.
Oh, yeah.
He questioned the traditions of his people, their worship of idols.
Yeah.
Instead of blindly accepting, he engaged in critical thinking, observed the world, and ultimately came to believe in one God.
That's such a powerful example. It shows that questioning isn't about disrespecting tradition. It's about seeking truth and understanding,
Right.
which is so important, especially today when you think about it.
Oh, it's huge.
We're constantly bombarded with information from every direction.
We are. And, it's information overload. It's hard to know what's true and what's not.
Yeah, that's why this emphasis on critical thinking is more important now than ever.
Exactly. It teaches us to be discerning, to evaluate information carefully, and not just blindly accept everything we hear or read.
You really have to be an active participant in your own learning, not just a passive consumer of information.
For sure.
We need to develop those critical thinking skills so we can navigate, the complexities of the world around us.
Exactly.
This whole idea of active learning really reminds me of another super important theme in the Quran.
Yeah.
Lifelong learning.
You hit the nail on the head. The Quran presents learning as an ongoing journey, a continuous process of growth and discovery that goes way beyond just formal education.
Like the world becomes your classroom.
Yeah.
It's so cool. The Quran encourages us to learn from all these different sources, from nature to history, from personal experiences to the lives of prophets. It even talks about, learning from our mistakes.
It does. And the way it uses stories and parables and metaphors to convey wisdom is just fascinating.
I love that.
It's not just about laying out dry facts.
Yeah.
It's about engaging your imagination, your heart, and your mind.
It's true. Each story becomes like a puzzle to be solved, a lesson to be uncovered.
Yeah.
It encourages you to actively participate in, creating meaning.
Exactly.
It's not just about absorbing information. It's about internalizing it, relating it to your own life, and allowing it to shape your understanding of the world.
Couldn't have said it better myself.
Yeah.
This active engagement is crucial for making knowledge truly your own. It's not enough to just memorize facts. You have to wrestle with them, apply them to your life, allow them to, shape your understanding.
So what are some practical ways that we can really embrace this idea of lifelong learning? What advice would you give to our listeners?
I would say cultivate your curiosity. Don't be afraid to ask questions, to seek out new knowledge, to never stop exploring.
Great advice. I would also say read.
Yes.
Read widely, read deeply, read things that challenge you, and don't forget to reflect on what you learn. Talk about it with other people. Share your insights.
And don't underestimate the power of mentorship. Find individuals who are knowledgeable in areas that interest you.
Oh, that's huge.
Ask them questions. Learn from their experiences. Allow their guidance to enrich your learning journey.
Mentors can play such a valuable role in our development as lifelong learners.
Absolutely.
They can offer guidance, encouragement, and they can open up these new avenues of learning that we might not have discovered on our own.
That's right. So I wanted all of you listening out there to consider this. What is one area of knowledge you'd like to explore further? What's holding you back?
Good question.
Maybe it's time to take that first step, enroll in that class, pick up that book, reach out to a potential mentor.
It could change everything. It's amazing how the Quran presents knowledge as this journey.
Yeah.
Full of twists and turns and unexpected discoveries. It's like an adventure that never gets old.
It's interesting you use that word adventure because the Quran often uses really vivid imagery and metaphors to describe, this pursuit of knowledge.
Yeah.
Like there's this one verse that talks about seeking knowledge even if it's as far away as China.
Wow.
It really highlights, the dedication and effort that's required.
That's a great point.
Yeah.
It shows that it's not always easy.
No.
It takes commitment and perseverance and a willingness to step outside of your comfort zone.
Right. But the rewards are immeasurable.
They really are. And
Yeah.
the Quran emphasizes that knowledge isn't just for, a select few.
No, it's not.
It's a gift that's available to everyone, regardless of their background or their social standing.
There's a beautiful verse that says, "Whoever takes a path upon which to obtain knowledge, Allah makes the path to paradise easy for him."
It's not just about worldly success. It's about spiritual growth and drawing closer to the divine.
Exactly. And this whole idea of knowledge as a path to paradise really speaks to the transformative power of learning.
Yeah.
It can change our perspective, refine our character, and guide us towards a more fulfilling life.
So it's not just about, filling our heads with facts.
Yeah.
It's about cultivating wisdom and compassion
Right.
and understanding.
Right.
And this reminds me of something we talked about earlier, the Quran's emphasis on critical thinking. It seems like those two ideas are really interconnected.
They are. Critical thinking isn't just about analyzing information. It's about using that knowledge to make wise decisions, to navigate, all the complexities of life,
Right.
and to contribute positively to the world around us.
So it's like the Quran's giving us the tools we need not only to learn, but to actually apply that knowledge in a way that's meaningful.
Exactly. It's about becoming active agents of positive change.
And that reminds me of another really important aspect of the Quran's teachings.
Yeah.
It's that emphasis on sharing knowledge.
Oh, for sure.
The Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, said, "Conveying knowledge is a charity."
Beautiful.
I love that quote.
Yeah.
Elevates the act of teaching and sharing knowledge. It gives us spiritual significance. It's not just about personal gain.
Yeah.
It's about, benefiting others and contributing to the collective good.
And think about the ripple effect of that. One person's understanding can inspire and enlighten countless others.
It's true.
It creates a chain reaction of learning and growth.
It's like planting a seed that grows into a beautiful tree, providing shade and nourishment for so many. And that image really captures the essence of this message.
Yeah.
Knowledge is a gift to be shared, a treasure to be passed on.
Well, this has been an incredible journey through the Quran's perspective on knowledge.
It really has.
We've explored its emphasis on observation, critical thinking, lifelong learning, and the importance of sharing what we've learned.
I feel like I have a brand new appreciation for the power of knowledge and a much deeper understanding of how the Quran guides us on this journey of learning and growth.
It's really an incredible journey.
And remember, the pursuit of knowledge is an ongoing adventure. Never stop questioning, never stop exploring, and never stop sharing the wisdom you gained along the way.
Couldn't agree more.
Thank you so much for joining us on this deep dive. May your journey of knowledge be filled with wonder discovery and endless possibilities.